What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. We brought to you by Lions Nation Unite, man. Woo, that was a tough game yesterday, but those Lions were still fighting to the end. We're going to get into that offense with your man, Coach Mike. Defense with the dude, LL. And you know I got to give you your boss up, ball out players and balled on players of the game. But I got to bring in the crew. First up to the plate, the man, the myth, the legend. The ladies love him. My man, LL Cool Thomas. What's up, my dude?
Good morning, everybody. And Wazam, Proud Nation.
And you know I got to bring him, man, the coaching sensation, the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan. In my Gus Johnson voice, you know, he says it with his chest every day. Who?
Coach Jones. Who is Coach Mike Jones? What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
Welcome back to the Monday morning show, everybody. We're going to start this one off by sliding over to our man, Curt.
All right. Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions, man, brought that fight to the Atlanta Falcons all game. The Lions dominated the game on the offensive side of the ball, outgaining the Falcons 130 yards to 47 in the run game. They dominated the time of possession as well. The teams were kind of equal in the passing game. Longtime backup Tim Boyle moved the ball up and down the field at a decent rate for most of the game. That problem came in the red zone. Went 0 for 4. Whew, man, couldn't get in the end zone down there. Penalties were the issue, too, for the offensive line. Committed several false starts, keeping the Lions behind the chains. On defense, that defensive line held the Falcons' running game in check all game. Matt Ryan was sacked 3 times in the first half, but remained upright and played well in that second half versus the Lions' young secondary. The D caused a turnover late in the game. You know who it is. Big Jerm kicked it, get that fumble, and gave him a chance to win. Unfortunately, Tim Boyle threw the interception near the goal line as time was expiring to give the Falcons the victory. The Lions brought back a few players from injury for this game and COVID, but were out. Jared Goff and top cornerback Amani Warrior to the IR last week. Man, that was tough for him. The Lions didn't use that as an excuse. That next man up mentality for the Lions kept them fighting all game long. It was just a tough fought victory, and it was another Atlanta-Detroit classic. It's always something when the Lions play the Falcons, the last minute, something happens to either cost the Lions the victory or give them the victory. Last time it was TJ Hawkinson at the end of the game with Matthew Stafford. The time before that, man, we had that thing with Golden Tate down there at the goal line, a 10-second runoff. So it's always something. This time it was the turnover that lost us the game down there at the end. But we had a chance and we kept fighting. It was I won't say I was mad at the game because I can't say I was mad. All I can say was a little disappointed at the end with the turnover, but because I was in it the whole game. This is one of those games I was in it from like the whole time because the Lions were right there the whole game, and hey, I bet you it was just a tough loss for the team. But what do you guys think?
I think they want to jump Tim Boyle on the way to the bus. but you know what? It was like one of them things where they're like, Tim, okay, Boyle? Okay, Boyle? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they was kind of giving him that white man can't jump. Okay, Billy Ho. You know what I'm saying? But then at the very end, he kind of, just gave it away, man. And that's what you kind of expect from a backup. You kind of expect him to look down guys at certain times. I'll get into that, man. But pretty decent game defensively. Rough, nasty, gritty, tough. They wouldn't let nothing slide. In Detroit. So yeah, man. I think it was a pretty good game, man. Besides, that little hiccup at the end. So what you think, LL?
Well, it was a hard fought game. The very end result, made, it was like golly, but but we still alive for number one, baby. No, I'm just kidding. But no, overall, it was a real hard fought game. I would like to just give a shout out to or a mention to MCDC for his clock management toward the end of the half. Not like he had us in position to get a score at the end of the first half, and we were driving and heading in for a score at the end of the whole game. So, at least that aspect of things have gotten better. I know we got a lot of complaints about that when he first took over, but at least it's showing improvement, at least showing that he's learning. So, I think a lot of, the talk has been changed, but I think a lot of attitude and the feelings about the Lions is going to change pretty soon. And this was just another game to show some of the incremental improvements that a lot of different people have made. We got JRM making that big play again. And however you want to look at it, it took the Kingsman play of the game to beat us. Like, I don't know if y'all watched the telecast, whatever, on Fox 2. It was like, when my man got the interception, that was because the new movie or whatever, but it was the Kingsman play of the game, whatever. So look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Hard fought game, and that's what it took to.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a hard fought game. And like I had to give Tim Boyd credit. He came out firing the ball, and he didn't play a terrible game. He didn't play a great game, missing some open receivers and some kind of errant throws. But I will say this: he did play well for most of the game. Not great, not good, but he played well. There's a difference. Okay. All right. So if you like this content, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Get on the bus, Gus. Get on the train, Wayne. Get on the ride, Clyde. We on that march to 4,000, and we need you. And go ahead and be a part of the Prowl Nation family, man. Because where's she gonna go? Because if you're already here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. But the family discussion topic for today. Now, here's a good question for you. Do the Lions win if Jared Goff had played this game? Ooh.
LL?
Ooh. Would the Lions have won if it was Jared Goff back there? Jared Goff been killing it lately, so would the Lions have won? Drop us a comment down below. You know how we do it. We pick 6 of those comments after every show and to go on the next show. So go ahead and leave us a comment. I know LL would definitely like to win on that one. So I'm gonna take his comments offline. All right. But speaking of LL, go ahead, man, and talk to me about how that Lions D got after it yesterday.
Man, defense was out there, man, playing harder and harder every single week. It seemed like another great game or another good game plan by DC and Glenn. We bottled up the run game completely. 18 rushes for 47 yards. I had mentioned, their young superstar rookie, I guess you can call him. He did get voted to the Pro Bowl, but Kyle Pitts, he wiggled loose a little bit. He didn't get in the end zone, though. He had a decent game, though, 6 catches for 102 yards. And we got that great big old forced fumble toward the end of the game. The defense really made their presence known. I watched the telecast. I hear them, and I don't know if that's just going to be the cliche now that it's the Lions aren't winning, but man, it's going to be a fight. But I know they say that a lot. And this was a good game for that. We got out there, we were rocking them, socking them, doing all we needed to do. My young guy Aleem McNeil got another big sack out there. We even got to see Derek Barnes get a sack, and Kurt's man, and shout out to Jim, the milk carton. Austin Bryant got another sack on the season, so shout out to those guys. We gave up a bunch. We gave up a few keep third down sometimes and things like that. We allowed some of the guys to keep going when we probably should have stopped them, but in other drives we stopped them pretty nicely as well. What do you guys think?
It was just I would say they played well on the defensive side of the ball. I think the only flaw for me was having Charles Harris try to cover Hayden Hurst in coverage, man. That's not his role. You know what I'm saying? You roll Jabroni and, Aaron Glenn, he put somebody else on him out there on the boundary. But for the most part, they play good.
Yeah. I think the defense played pretty good. I think if he he had a few struggles out there. His first game in there as a starter, and he was a learning experience for him. I say that. So I can't be too hard on the first game, but overall, man, I think the defense did a good job.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Oh, of course, if you guys like this comment, you're here already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Give us a like as well. If you like it, go ahead and, join the family. And there's a link in the description to join our membership. So go ahead and do that as well. Move from defense, we're going to move over to the offense. What you got, Coach Mike?
Yeah, so the offensive game plan started off conservative, as expected, with Tim Boyle as a starter. The game plan was to run the ball and throw off the play action, which I don't think that surprised any of us, really. I feel we ran the game plan effectively at times. Early on, Boyle would throw a good pass, followed up by a bad pass, and that kind of hurt us a little bit. It went shaky early in the early going, but once the run game got going, Boyle got going. Once again, the rookie, the sun god, Amon-Ra St. Brown, shine bright with 9 catches for 91 yards. Ooh, that boy be coming to something.
And a touchdown.
And a touchdown. The rest of the receivers, however, only combined for 8 total catches, which is not good. But if you want to look on the bright side, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, and Kadero Hodge all did have first down catches, even though they was far in between.
Right.
Also, one creative thing I think they threw in the playbook was Khalif Raymond lining up in the backfield and Amon-Ra St. Brown running the end around, and they faked the handoff to Khalif Raymond and they gave it to Amon-Ra. I think that was a little creative on their part, but all in all, it was Jamal Williams dominated the carries. He had 19 carries for 77 yards. Craig Reynolds, or Netflix, he had 11 carries for 29 yards, which is not that good, but he had 2 really big third down runs, one on 3rd and 6, where he gained 5 yards, and one on 3rd and 5, where he gained 4 yards. That set us up with 4th and 1s, and then the 4th and inches. So me and a fellow DSA member, Luke G, we was both saying, man, it's hard for Reynolds to get in the rhythm of Jamal Williams taking the bulk of them carries like that. He took 19 out of 33 carries, but, it is what it is, man. Craig Reynolds had 2 solid games back-to-back, so that's a little bit debatable, but our O-line played decent at times, but, man, they cost us in the second half with some big false start penalties, man. Oh, my goodness. Jonah Jackson with that false start on 4th and 1. Oh, boy, like Curt said, I'd kick you in your John Brown hind parts, and then you gonna run them out. Cause man, that set me off a little bit, man. And also Penei Sewell had a few mental errors too, man. He jumped off sides, and then he missed that key block on 3rd and short, man, where he looked to the inside gap. Okay, then he went to go help the tight end, and then the linebacker shot the gap, and he kind of chicken winged, and did one of these, did one of them numbers, man, and but it was a pretty clean game, and I'm about to get to your part, Curt. Okay, Tim Boyle played a pretty decent game after he got warmed up. The second half, he started showing signs of that big iron that we've been hearing about out of Fudge Packerland. But that pass to Josh Reynolds was humming though. It was a little wobbly, like Curt said. It was kind of, it was a fast little quack on that thing, and I believe that pass to Kadero Hodge. I believe it was the Kadero Hodge. That was a bullet. That was a bullet right there. So we even had the lead most of the, for a good part of the game, man, and on that winning drive, which was actually managed pretty well besides the very beginning where they was kind of like lagging a little bit, there was no hustle, and I put that on the quarterback, because the quarterback's supposed to get your men a line, get your line, like they was chilling, hey man, can you bring some water on the field? They was just, man, they was chilling in the beginning of that drive, man, but Boyle took him down the field, and Everything was going perfect. Everything was going perfect until they got to that 7-yard line, and Boyle stared down Khalif Raymond, and linebacker read his eyes the whole time and picked the pass off, man. And that's how that game ended, man. And, it was one of those, he's about to do it. He's about to do this moment right here. Oh, my God. So, I don't know. What y'all think about that, man?
Yeah. Defense, the offense played well. I can't complain about the offensive side of the ball. I would just say that if you look at the totality of his performance, Tim Boyle going Tim Boyle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was waiting the whole game for that one shoe to drop, and it happened to be at the end. But I would say this: I can't be mad at his whole performance because he did have the Lions in the opportunity to win the game.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know. I feel like we may have gotten the same outcome if y'all boy had played anyway. He has a knack for throwing the game sealing interception as well. So however it went, good turnout by the offense. Jamal Williams looked strong. That was the bright spot to me outside of the sun guy was Jamal Williams was nice and strong and healthy coming back and getting a bunch of carries. So shout out to the offense.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, click that like button, click that share button, click that subscribe button, and help us get this Lion content out to more fans like yourself. What you got, Curt?
All right. So definitely, hey, if you want to check us out on a different platform, go over to Lions Nation Unite. Check us out over there. We had so much fun yesterday in the game day chat, man. Talking trash. Val's over there. Tim, Maniac Tim's over there. I'm over there. My man Ella, we over there chopping it up and just having a good time. You never know who's going to stop through. So go ahead and check out the app, Lions Nation Unite, man. It's the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. Now, you know what time it is. It's time for the Boss Up. Ball out players, and I got to do my balled on players of the game because it's just gonna be like that. But let's get to it. If we get to it first, man, you know who the first guy is. You know who he is. He is number 14 in your programs, but he is number 1 in your heart this week. My man, Amon-Ra St. Brown on the offense, man. That dude is continuing to do his thing. Like I said, 9 catches on 11 targets. That means Tim Boyle only missed them twice. Because he could have been more than that. 91 yards. He averaged 10.1 yards a catch and a touchdown. It was just a really good showing by my man, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Honorable mention to the young fella, Jamal Williams, for doing his thing with 77 yards on the ground. But the guys that really did it for me for the most of the game, and I usually don't mention them in the ball out guys, is the special teams guys. Riley Patterson, 3 for 3 on field goals. He has made 10 straight coming into the season. He has broken Eddie Murray's record for consecutive field goals by a kicker for the Detroit Lions. Had a really good game. Also went 1 for 1 on extra points as well. Jack Foxy. Foxy averaged yesterday 54.5 yards on punts yesterday, along with 57. That's ridiculous for punts yesterday. Yeah. And his big, crucial, nice throw outside the numbers, man. He zipped that thing over to Kadero Hodge, and he didn't even flinch. He just looked up and threw the ball, and it was a wrap. On the defensive side of the ball, you know who it is. Jalen Reeves-Maybin, 8 tackles, 4 solos, 1 pass defense, and 1 forced fumble. Ooh. Is there anybody else you can really put right there? You had some guys with some sacks. You had Derek Barnes, you had Aleem McNeil, but I don't think no one had a game that was more impactful for the defensive side of the ball than Jalen Reeves-Maybin. The former special team star was definitely holding it down. All right, I got to do it. Here it is, the balled-on players of the game. Jonah Jackson gets my first nod. False start, 4-1, back this up. Now we got to punt the ball, driving at the end of the first half. Come on, man, you got to do better than that. But here's a secret, right? If you pay attention to it, all of our penalties were false starts. Every single one of our penalties were false start. We had 6 penalties for 30 yards. That's 5 yards a pop. All of them by the offensive line. All of them, all games. So offensive line, you get the honorable mention just as a group. But Jonah Jackson's was key because of the fact that they made us punt the ball down there when we were trying to drive the ball. And you know your boy, Boyle gonna Boyle, man. That interception at the end of the game was definitely costly. You know, all right, big man, you know, big arm, but you can't stare people down, man. You just get, that's one thing you just can't do. But, you know, he's had a whole, he had a whole dozen throws in the NFL before today, but, you know, and then the defensive side of the ball, I just got to give it to the zone coverage as a whole. They zone coverage was terrible yesterday on the defensive side of the ball. They were just giving up, you know, some key first downs, not big chunk plays down the field, but that middle of the field was definitely open. But Kyle Pitts was eating all day right there in the middle of the field. So, you know, those are your bossed up, ball out, and balled on players of the game, man. I will say this. I was so happy with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm happy with his play. This is the guy that I saw when Brad Holmes was talking to Sheila Fornham doing the draft coverage, and he was saying, we got this guy at this point in the draft. This is a steal right here because this is a really good player. And he was telling people to get off his back. He finally got a receiver. This is the receiver he got, and he's showing up because he's doing it all. He's running routes. He's running out of the backfield. He's blocking in the run game. He is doing great things. Making that, and that touchdown catch was ridiculous because that ball should have been picked off. And he went up there, grabbed that ball, and got himself into the end zone. It was pure will on the part of the Sun God. So shout outs to that young fella. But, you know, it's that time of the show. But before we get to that, man, you know, it's the new year, new you time of the year. And if you want to wear some workout gear from your favorite team, go over to fanatics.com. And they got some good workout gear that's kind of on sale. So go over there and check it out on the low. Sales are coming up. You know, the New Year sales will be here soon. You know, with all your gym memberships, you can walk out in your favorite Lions gear. So go to fanatics.com. The link is in the description. A small portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content of the show. Hey, now it's time for us to do what? Zip our lip and talk about what you had to say about the last show, which was Thursday, because we didn't have people on Friday. It was Christmas, man. We was chilling with our family. But first up, we got Lyle Schultz says, great job. Great show, guys. Merry Christmas. Santa Claus went out starting next week on a positive note. Man, didn't quite happen, but, you know, thanks, Lyle. Appreciate it.
The law firm of Joseph Murdoch said, and I watched the first Daredevil over the weekend, the one with Ben Affleck.
Ooh.
Boy, that movie is terrible. But man, but the law firm, friend of the show as well, the law firm of Joseph Murdoch said, happy holidays to all. I'm thinking the Lions game plan is going to be run the ball a lot. Atlanta will be doing the same. The better O-line at opening up holes for the RBs will win this game. Enjoy the game and family this holiday weekend. Go Lions. Thank you for that, Joseph Murdoch. You kind of spot on. Both teams, well, one team was for sure trying to run the ball. The other one couldn't really get much traction. But, you know, we got the outcome that we got.
Right. Feared them. Feared them? Okay, feared them. Merry Christmas. Great show as always. Maybe you all should think about putting your names on the screen. Let the people learn your names. Put the faces with the names. Know your names when they see you everywhere else. Just saying. Yeah, you know, that's actually a good tip. That's actually a good tip. We'll think about that. We'll
have a social media. If you want to check us out on different social media, we'll have that information coming out real soon. But we'll start posting each show so you can follow us on your favorite social media site. So don't worry about it. Pump your brakes, player. You know, if it's that important to you, we hear what you're saying. We'll bring that content to you soon. All right. Next up, we got, you know, the inspirational Turner C. Burley says, much love, family. Man, thank you, man. Merry Christmas to you, Turner C. Burley. Hope you're feeling better, recovering great. And we'll talk to you real soon, my dude.
Absolutely. Shout out to my man, Turner. Frank Smith said or asks, is Swift 100%? For the sake of him not playing no more, no. But I don't think he's as hurt as he is. I think they just preserve him.
Which makes sense to me.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Jaguars fell. Okay.
Jagger fell.
Right. Here's some fun stats. Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones combined stats for the year are 87 receptions for 1,101 yards and 3 touchdowns. Khalid Raymond and Amon-Ra St. Brown's combined stats for the year are 106 receptions for 1,064 yards and 5 touchdowns. Okay.
I think most of that between Jones and Galladay is Jones because Galladay been hurt all year.
Yeah. That's very interesting, though. Thank you, Jaguar.
Yeah.
And thank everybody for those comments. Make sure, throughout the show and whenever, with the family discussion, leave us some comments right down there in the space provided in the comment section. We'll pick 6 of them to be featured on the next show. But now that we got done with that, we're going to transition from here and swing over to everybody's favorite portion of the show, and that's the dessert with your man, Curt.
All right. Dessert with your man, Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for all occasions. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. That football special is still going on. You got 4 cookies of your in helmet size, 4 of your favorite logos, and 4 of your favorite footballs for $35. So go over to Delightful Bites and check that thing out. Go over to their Instagram or TikTok and check out how they look. If you like how they look, like I said, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. I just wanted to say for this Dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, I wanted to say happy holidays again. We didn't have a Free for All Friday, so we didn't get a chance to wish everyone a happy Boxing Day, a happy Hanukkah if you celebrate that, or definitely Kwanzaa or whatever you celebrate during this holiday season. I just wanted to send this special shout out to you guys for that, because everyone doesn't just celebrate Christmas. We want to make sure that we focus on other. And if you have a Christmas haul or a holiday haul, whatever you got for your holiday Christmas, if you got Lions gear or whatever, go ahead and post it over on our Twitter page. It's at LOTP14. You can post a picture over that on Twitter or over on our Facebook page, Detroit Lions on the Prowl. If you're a member of those groups, go ahead and post us a picture of your Lions haul, and I'm gonna post mine over there as well, so you can check out what I got from the family for Christmas and my new and fresh Lions gear. It might make an appearance on the show. You never know. But that's your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Now it's time to take that. We're gonna jog because the new year, new you. I'm gonna jog over to the Wall of Fame right quick and get this thing in for our Bronx members. We definitely got the Latino Leo. Brian Stover is always in the building. Bo Gagrius, you know who we got. Doug Prince 72 and Big Q holding it down for our Browns members and our silver members. We got Nomas J, got some great content. So go over there and check out Nomas over on his YouTube channel. Jason Portis, the Batman of the 313, Shannon Peck, and we got Go Lions. And our gold members, we got Michael Huck, the Mr. Reliable one himself, Larry McQuiston, Bob Korowski, and we got just in the D, Brando Flag 606, and the Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button down in the descriptions. Now it's time for final thoughts about this game. It's not a victory Monday. It's a tough loss take on Monday. So, LL, what you got for your final thoughts, my dude?
Well, sometimes you have to find positives even in the negative. So even though we lost that game, a hard-fought game, almost at the buzzer, just right down to the end of it, that's when the game was pretty much pulled away from our fingertips. We still out for number 1, baby. So however it's got to go. But whatever. Hard-fought game. You can't win them all, and you got to look at the positives again. We only gave up 20 points. We was only able to score 16, but we had a backup quarterback and everything that we got going on. So shout out to the Lions for the game yesterday. We'll start pulling these games just like this out in the very near future. And as always, be kind and happy Monday.
Yeah. Just want to say this coaching staff, Dan Campbell led, got these boys fighting. It don't matter who is on the field. It don't matter if they brother on the field. It don't matter if they grandmama on the field. They finna fight. And that's the type of team that Dan Campbell presented to us in his initial press conference, and he's delivering on that right now. So shouts out to Dan Campbell, man, and those are my final thoughts.
All right, final thoughts for today's show for your man Curt Steele is, yeah, this team is like the thumbnail says, they're still fighting. They're still fighting. They're going to fight to the end, and then there's no quitting this team. And I like to see that. It doesn't matter to me about wins or losses for the most part this time of the year, because of the fact that the season's pretty much over. We know we're not going to make the playoffs, but as long as you're still fighting, man, and you know, and they ain't laying down, they ain't being no chumps. So, you know, whatever happens. That's what I like about this team. They're going to still fight. You know, no matter like Coach Jones says, no matter who's on the field, it's always next man up, and next man up is going to play hard and go out there and fight. If you look at this team decimated by injury, so many people on the COVID list, so many people on the IR, it's ridiculous the amount of people that we have on the injury reserve list. I mean, come on, man. I think that's really half our active roster almost from the beginning of the season is on the injury reserve. You just look at the pure volume, but they don't give excuses. They don't say, you know, well, we just lay down. They go out there and still fighting, and that's a reflection of the coaching staff with Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, Aubrey Pleasant, Hank Fraley, all those guys that go in there and do their thing. Ben Johnson. It's just going to be one of those things where this team is going to fight no matter who's out there, and I thank them, because as a Lions fan, I haven't seen this in a long time. And one thing I will say that we're doing now that we haven't done in a long, long time, the Lions actually have a running game. Oh my God, how many long have we waiting for that to come about? But hey, that's all good and said. But it's Monday. The grind starts today. It's gonna be another short week for most people, because guess what? New Year's is around the corner, and we can get next year. It could be a new year and a new set of Lions to come in, and the new year, new you, and we can be a better team next season. But you know what you got to do for your boy Curt Steele. You know, the napkin crumbs off your face, finish your drink, and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up. Ball out and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.